Hello and welcome to the latest news update on Canary News.
In a potential groundbreaking move, Apple is reportedly in negotiations with Google to integrate Google's Gemini artificial intelligence engine into the iPhone, according to sources familiar with the matter. This prospective agreement could have significant implications for the AI industry. The talks between the two tech giants involve Apple licensing Gemini, Google's suite of generative AI models, to power new features expected to debut in the iPhone software later this year. Additionally, Apple has explored similar discussions with OpenAI. Should a deal be reached, it would build upon the existing search partnership between the two companies, where Google pays Apple billions annually to make its search engine the default option on Safari. While the terms and implementation details of the potential AI agreement remain undecided, the discussions signify a shift in Apple's AI strategy. Apple is reportedly focusing on AI capabilities embedded in iOS 18, the next iteration of its operating system, with a focus on on-device features rather than cloud-based functionalities. Hence, Apple is seeking a partner to handle the heavy lifting of generative AI, such as image creation and essay writing based on simple prompts. Apple has been internally testing its own large language model, codenamed Ajax, since early last year. However, Apple's AI technology is considered inferior to competitors like Google, prompting the company to explore partnerships rather than solely relying on its in-house capabilities. A potential collaboration between Apple and Google would represent Google's highest-profile partnership for Gemini to date and could significantly boost Google's AI efforts. With over 2 billion active Apple devices potentially incorporating Google Gemini later this year, the partnership's scale is noteworthy. However, such a deal could attract regulatory scrutiny, especially in light of the ongoing antitrust lawsuit against Google and Apple's existing search deal. While talks between Apple and Google are ongoing, an announcement is not expected until Apple's annual Worldwide Developers Conference in June. There is a possibility that the companies may not reach an agreement, or Apple may opt for another generative AI provider like OpenAI. Nonetheless, the potential integration of generative AI features into Siri and other apps underscores Apple's commitment to enhancing its AI capabilities, aligning with CEO Tim Cook's promise of transformative AI features to come.
Before we continue, please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel.
Moving along to other stateside news, the Biden administration is gearing up to implement the strictest ever pollution limits on cars and light trucks in the United States, with changes aimed at appeasing some automakers. The Environmental Protection Agency is on the verge of finalizing emissions limits that would significantly boost sales of electric vehicles in the coming years. These regulations, expected to be announced within days, are projected to require electric models to constitute about 2/3 of car and light truck sales by 2032, a sharp increase from less than 10% in the previous year. The EPA's proposed mandates, which target smog-forming pollution, soot, and carbon dioxide emissions, are considered one of President Joe Biden's most impactful climate regulations. They also play a crucial role in helping the U.S. meet its commitment under the Paris Agreement to cut greenhouse gas emissions by at least 50% by 2030. With the transportation sector being the largest contributor to such emissions. However, Biden faces a delicate balancing act, particularly in states like Michigan, where he aims to court voters, including auto workers concerned about a rapid shift to electric vehicles. U.S. carmakers have expressed concerns about the feasibility of the initial proposal, arguing that EV adoption hinges on factors such as the availability of charging infrastructure. In response to these concerns, the EPA is expected to adopt standards with less stringent year-over-year emission reductions in the short term, while still aiming for the same 2032 target. While this approach may make compliance easier for automakers, it could result in greater greenhouse gas emissions. Despite criticisms that the rule falls short, it is expected to drive an increase in EV adoption nationwide. Additionally, the administration is introducing a new petroleum equivalency factor to calculate the fuel economy of electric vehicles. This move comes after the Energy Department proposed a significant reduction in the fuel economy rating of battery electric vehicles, which drew backlash from automakers. Meanwhile, opponents of the plan, including oil industry allies and former President Donald Trump, have labeled it as an EV mandate. They argue that the country is not yet prepared for widespread adoption of electric vehicles, and warn of potential negative consequences for consumers.
That is all the time we have for today. Tune in again tomorrow for the latest news update. Remember to like and share our videos. Also, please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.